Hello, welcome to Mama Sue's Kitchen. It's another hot day here in Alabama. I told Harold I'll be so glad when fall weather comes. Of course, it's just now August, so I know we're in for a lot more hot weather. But I didn't want to cook a lot today, and I had a ham steak, and we love ham steak and potato salad. So I know I have shared my recipe with you before. As a matter of fact, my recipe is in volume 1 on page 14, and I put right at the bottom of this recipe, this potato salad is like my sweet mother-in-law Thelma Garrett made. And I said, if you choose to put dill pickles instead of sweet, it's fine. But I'm gonna make it like she did, but I'm gonna add one additional ingredient. So I peeled about 5 or 6 potatoes. They were not real big, but I've already cubed them and cooked them. And then I have 2 boiled eggs. You don't have to use eggs in your potato salad. In fact, our daughter Amy doesn't like the eggs in it. But I think, for one thing, it gives it a little extra ingredient and makes it go farther. And it's good. So I did 2, and I cooled them, and I'm just chopping them. If you don't want to add the eggs, you don't have to. If you want to add more, you can. Okay. Now, I had a small onion. And y'all, this chopper is amazing. And I've already chopped my onion. And let me go ahead and put it in there. You can put as little or as much onion as you like. And then next comes the pickles. You can buy sweet relish, or you can buy dill. I use my homemade pickles for my potato salad because that's what my mother-in-law, we called her Grandmother Garrett, did. I haven't made pickles this year and didn't plan to because I made so many year before last. And the recipe should be in here. It is Billy's Sweet Pickles. So if y'all want to know how I do my sweet pickles, it's in volume 1 on page 59. But anyway, this jar's almost empty. And instead of chopping them myself, I'm going to put these on here. And I'm going to show you just how fast this will chop them. Alright, I don't have a lot left in this jar. I may have to get another jar, but we're gonna make do with this for right now. These pickles keep for several years. And my brother-in-law that lives in Florida, Gary, loves the pickles. If I remember to put them out on the table, he would just eat plain pickles. But we're going to go ahead and add what we've got. And see, it just chops them so fine. I know that I would have put more pickles, but I'll show you what I am going to do in just a minute, that I always do no matter how much I have. Now I'm going to add salt and pepper to taste. And I would say, half to a whole teaspoon. Y'all, that's a clove, a pickling spice. And then I'm going to put some pepper. Now I'm going to put about a tablespoon of mustard. I thought, Harold, about adding, instead of mustard, the new that we have. When we went camping, Amy and Sean had been there before us, and they have a new thing that's mustard and mayo mixed. And Harold uses it. He says it's good on sandwiches. But you would put about a cup of mayonnaise. I'm not measuring it, but you can tell when you start mixing it. And I told you I'm going to add something else. Oh, me. There's a pickle. I'm going to add pickle juice. I always do that. And the ingredient that I add that my mother-in-law didn't, but I did it a few recipes ago and I liked it, is add just a little bit of celery seed. Just a little. And then you're going to mix all that up. And you know, some people like their potatoes to be real firm, but I like to cook mine until they're firm, but they're soft, if that makes sense. And sometimes they almost look mushy, but there's not. But this is going to be just about right. Might need a little bit more salt. I'll let Harold decide that when we serve it. He likes more salt. But child, that's all I put in mine. My mother used to put olives in hers. We don't like that. But this is like his mother. And y'all saw I made a mess. I find that I make more messes, but I bet you make some messes too. And you know, I'm not going to redo something just because life happens. It's part of it. But we have to keep going. And like I said, tonight we're going to have potato salad, a ham steak, and let me tell you the way I cook those. I put just a tad of oil in the bottom of my skillet and just brown it just a tad. And then I pour a little Coke over it. Put a lid on it and let it simmer for a while. And it's real good. But
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. That's right. Coca-Cola. But you don't have to do that. You cook it the way you do. But anyway, the potato salad is in volume 1. Billy's sweet pickles. Y'all, they're not hard to do. It just takes a couple of days. But anyway, I'm glad that you joined me. And I told Harold yesterday, I was reading, not during our time that we read a chapter together, but I was reading separately. And I just, for somehow, got to the end of Ecclesiastes. And you know, that was written by Solomon, who they say was the wisest man. And he tells all through here, you know, that really life is meaningless, whatever. But he says, I want to give you one final conclusion. And y'all, this is the very last verse in Ecclesiastes 12. It says, that's the whole story, and here is my final conclusion. Fear God and obey his commands, for this is everyone's duty. God will judge us for everything we do, including every secret, whether it's good or bad. Y'all, we're going to be judged when we go to heaven. And we're going to be judged on the good things we did, and we'll be judged on the bad things. Once we get to heaven, though, if we have made it to heaven, we're there. But we get crowns according to the good things. Y'all, I love each of you, and I appreciate you following me. And I hope that you know that Jesus loves you. Don't think about the past, because all of us sin and fall short. But keep your eyes on Jesus. Be salt and light wherever you go. And I'll be back soon.